Hello buddy, Squid Taco here. Hope you're having a great day today. And today, as you could tell from the title, today is, I'm going to do a lore video. Now, I've seen some people want lore stuff and whatnot. And, you know, I've always wanted to do lore. And by some people that want lore, I mean my friends and whatnot. But I always wanted to do lore anyway, so that doesn't matter. So we're going to do some lore. And this is basically the basic, what you're seeing right now is the basic logo. It's like the first rendition of Linora's fate. That's basically the planet and the two moons in the back. As you can tell, they're not fully done, but that's because that's what I had at this time of recording right now, and pulled that up. But anyways, yeah, we're just gonna go on into it. So in today's first episode, we're gonna talk about the lore of magic. So magic in Linora's fate. Let's get into that. That's pretty cool and interesting. So, you know, when it comes to magic, you always need to be careful. And when it comes to making lore about magic, you always have to be careful and create a gap. Well, a cap, my bad, not a gap. A cap, because you don't want things to get too insane. But I do like the insanity. I'll be honest. I love the insanity of anime. But so I have this little thing written out, and I'm just gonna read off of it, and that's how these are gonna work. Just be sure after this video is done, or you know, before the video is done, you could make a comment down and just make a comment on what you guys would like to hear about lore wise in the next episode. Right? Everyone good? Yeah, awesome, cool. Alright. Oh yeah, no face cam because I thought this could just be something you can turn on, listen to as you're doing something else. I don't know what else to do. I'll try and maybe do some animations later on, not like super animations, but just minor ones. But so I hope you guys enjoy. Feel free to give me any criticism once the video is done. But anyways, let's get into it. So the dangers of being a spellcaster are not entirely thought about, but they really should be. Spellcasters can make unbelievably powerful spells, but the caveat is that as a spellcaster, you must control your magic, and your body must be able to handle it. If not, you will do harm to yourself or even die in the process of casting the spell. So that is what that's kind of the thing, is that yes, powerful spellcasters can do more powerful spells, but you could technically make, and I think I have it written down, you could technically make world-destroying spells, but you'd die before you could ever really cast it. It would kill you. So basically, yeah. Let's get enough side stuff. Let's get back into it. Anyone can become a spellcaster, but because of the dangers the magic has, learning takes time and patience. So it takes quite a few years to actually master one form of, and by one form of magic I mean as in light, fire, water. So it's not something you could just really pick up. The various way I think I lost my place. Hold on. Yep, no, I was right there. The various ways that one becomes harmed is always related to their type of magic. This is because manifesting the power of magic comes from within the wielder. And that's why your body must be able to handle the magic, because it's a part of you. It's kind of like willpower if you think about it. Your will has to be strong enough or whatnot. Learning a form of magic ties the magic to the person's being. This is why when you learn a type of magic, like the magic of light, it becomes very difficult to perform other forms of magic. So basically, once you master something, because it's taking up that part, you know, because it becomes a part of you, it makes it hard to learn other forms, because then you have to intake more types of magic and make them a part of yourself. And so then especially when the form of magic is an exact opposite of yours. So basically, the more opposite or unrelated it is to the first form of magic you learn, the harder it will be to learn that kind. So, like, it is not impossible to learn magic that comes from the exact opposite of your mastered magic, but it is so difficult that most deem it not worth it. So, technically, if someone wanted to take, like, 90 years, or somewhere around that time, 90, 80, basically, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. By the time you learn it, your life expectancy is like 10 or 20 more years. But anyways, for humans, that is. But yeah, for humans. But it's still very difficult and hard, so it's not worth it. All right. It is easier to learn magic that is more closely related to your own, or they go together well with little to no contradicting properties. For example, a light mage can easily learn fire magic or plant magic. You can normally only master one type of magic and be skilled at another, but there have been spellcasters that have been able to master multiple types of magic. So this is basically saying, if you are a light mage or light spellcaster, and then you want to learn fire or plant, well, you can, but it's going to be very hard to actually master it. You'll be able to do some spells and whatnot, and it'll be cool, but you're not going to be as skilled with the other kind as you are with the one that you first started off learning with. By the way, I didn't write this down, but I should have. The first form of magic that you learn is your mastered magic. You don't actually have to be mastered in it, but basically it is the master magic, which is basically the magic form that you have started learning and has been now become a part of you. So light magic, if you learn one spell of light magic, well, and that's your first kind, well, boop, light magic is now a part of you. It's the first one to become a part of you. Some of the ways a spell can harm the user, and this is how we're getting into why you need to be careful and why you can't just do all these super amazing spells and whatnot. Some of the ways a spell can harm the user is when using fire magic. It can burn the user or accidentally make themselves combust. So, if your body can't handle it, or you're not skilled, or you try to do it too quickly, basically you try to rush a spell, because the more powerful the spell, the more time it will take, or energy, or whatever that spell really needs, the more it will take, the stronger it is. And if you mess up, or you do it incorrectly, with fire magic, you'll burn yourself. And I don't mean as in the fire magic will, become unstable and then parts of that fire magic will hit you. No, you just start to magically burn, basically. Or you just combust. Either way. Light magic users, like fire magic users, can burn themselves, or they can even make themselves blind, because that's how light magic will affect you. Light magic can actually burn people, because it is very bright and stuff and whatnot. I don't know the exact science, but I do know light can burn things. So, be careful with light magic. Water magic users have made themselves dehydrated, overhydrated, or have experienced similar feelings to drowning. What a cruel way. Earth magic users have solidified themselves like stone, or have even turned their bones or body to dust. So, as you could tell with earth magic users, they have some pretty horrific stuff. Plant magic users have had plants grow from themselves, or even branches. Basically, they'll be casting a plant magic based spell, and then the plant, they do it incorrectly. The maybe like a small tree will grow out of them, like their arm, or a branch will grow out of the side of their head. Hey, it's part of the fears if you don't do this magic right, or if your body can't handle it, you do something that's stronger than your body can handle. This is one of the ways that'll happen. You'll most likely die, though. If you try to do a spell that your body can't handle, you'll most likely just die. Yeah. Death magic users, also known as dark magic users, have experienced blinding themselves, inducing fatal harm to themselves with heart attacks or other medical issues. So, think about death, and then just think about a lot of the stuff that happens. So basically disease, blindness, medical issues. So, yeah, death magic. Very fun. There are other forms of magic. As magic users discover more and more ways to use the power of the arcane to their advantage, the main dominions of magic are fire, water, plant, earth, light, and death. And when I say dominions, these are like the category, kind of like the, I don't know the word, I can't think of it. Give me one sec. It's kind of like a category of magic. So these are the main skill, magic skill things or whatever. The main categories is like fire, light, water, plant, earth, light, death, or dark, whichever you want to call it. They're kind of the same. Some minor famous dominions of magic are the arts of space, mind, electricity, ice, time, and life. The difference between a minor dominion and a major dominion is the popularity of it, as well as if it is a dominion of its own, or does it split from a major dominion. All right, so kind of to explain that. Excuse me if this stuff is kind of written out a little bad. Don't worry, I'll do my best to explain it through this. So kind of explaining it. Now, if you're confused about space, it's not talking about like space, like outer space. It means as in like the space of a person, matter. Think of matter, but they can't really control matter. They just like, so space magic users can use things like teleportation or close to it. They're not really teleporting, they're just moving quick, very quickly. They mess a lot with space, like the object placement and whatnot. However it works best for you. I can't really explain it very well because I know it's in my head, but I hope you understand that you basically think of teleportation and think of space. There you go. They could basically move atoms or stuff like that. They mess with the atoms of something, but more of a space thing instead of like, they can't just turn you to atoms. They just teleport and move objects. Kind of like telepathy, but a little bit different. I think that's the wrong word, but anyways. So basically, to explain a minor dominion and a major dominion a little bit better. Well, actually, let me read the rest of this and then I'll explain it. For example, although life magic has spells specifically to itself, most of its catalog of spells come from a base of either light magic or plant magic. Life magic is a great example of a minor dominion. So, to explain a little bit more, a major dominion is a dominion where every single spell in its catalog is its own base. So fire spells, the fire magic is its base. And a minor dominion is like life magic, like I said, where although it has specific spells that come from it, that come from light magic also needs to use light magic or stuff like that. Stuff that's based off of light magic. And basically what people will do is that when you learn like these minor dominions, you'll learn some of the others after you've mastered the light. So life magic or whatever one, like electricity and whatnot, ice, time, space. And as well as a minor dominion is sometimes it's based on its like all its spells are based on its own thing. So like I can't think of one right now because I'm a little but basically sometimes a minor dominion could be a major dominion of magic, but it's a minor because its popularity is very low. And that's sometimes how the difference is. And we're going to move on to Mother Floof is one of the strongest light mages known to man. She has performed magic abilities that would have killed any other light spellcaster, but at a cost. She has burnt herself on multiple occasions performing these powerful spells, sometimes even causing temporary blindness, which is a thing. Some of these things, some of the downsides, the harms of spellcasting can be temporary. So you can give yourself like going on to death magic. When I say medical issues, it's not always life-threatening medical issues. It could be something as a common cold. So it's just something, it backfires in some way, but that also depends on how bad it backfires, also depends on how skilled you are, what kind of spell you're performing, like basically how strong is this spell, and can your body handle that? So if your body would almost handles a really strong spell, the difference between your body handling it and the body, the required ability, there's such a small gap that you'll probably get like a cold. There's still a chance to die from it. Don't get me wrong, there's still a chance to die from it. It's all kind of rolling a dice and hoping that it doesn't happen, which is why most mages will tell you, don't do it. If you know you can't, or you don't think you can do it, basically, if you don't think you can perform the spell with 100%, 100% confidence, don't do it. Because last thing you need is to roll the die and then find out a little too late that your body can't handle it and now you're dead. Or you got some irreversible what's the word? Irreversible symptom. There we go. So I've kind of run out. That was all I wrote down so far for magic and lore and stuff, and I want to kind of do more episodes and whatnot. And I don't know if you guys would like an unscripted kind of lore-like thing, which if you do, and you're okay with that, let me know, and I'll start doing that in more episodes. But as of right now, I think I just want to keep it more scripted, because I don't know if you guys will be okay with that. I did some unscripted parts, and that kind of, as you saw, I kind of lost my place a few times, but we'll get better as time goes on. Anyways, I'll just cut it here. We'll probably have longer episodes. This is just a test, kind of see, what do you guys think? What do you like? Do you like this kind of way of doing it, where it's like, you just open up the video, you can listen to it while you're doing homework or something like that? I don't know. You pick the best times you could do it. And, while you're gaming, too. You could do that. I like to do that. But, yeah, I'm talking too much. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please, down in the comments, let me know what you would like the second episode to be about lore-wise. And I would definitely gladly help. Well, not help, but I would definitely gladly love to talk about it, because I love talking about my card games lore, because I love writing worlds and rules. But besides that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to stay cool and stay awesome. That's kind of the same thing. Make sure to stay awesome. You guys are pretty cool, so stay that way, Stay awesome. And without further ado, Squid Taco, signing off.